Hi guys, my name is Steve B. Coming to you to talk to you today about staying sober for today. Today happens to be April 11th, 2025. It's good because there has never been another April 11, 2025 ever, and there will never be another April 11, 2025 in the ever. This is it. Yeah, it's a one-time deal, and I'm here to talk to you today about, I don't know, what was I thinking? I was thinking, there's a term, you know, uh, in the program that I latched onto right from the beginning, and it's called turn it over. Turn it over. You know, um, step three talks about turning it over, but turning it over for me has a couple of different meanings. First of all, turn it over. I got a like a catchphrase that I say all the time. When I'll say it to people, I'll say it to myself. If I got a problem, or I got something that's eating at me, or I have something I have to work out, and kind of a catchphrase, turn it over. And what does turn it over mean? It means turning it over to God, turning it over to your higher power, turning it over to someone who can help you deal with it and live with it. I turn things over constantly. I wake up I wake up in the morning, I go to my bureau, and I kind of just lean over it, look up and say, Lord, I give it to you. I give you this day, and help me through it. Help me to deal with it. Help me to do whatever it takes to get through this day successfully. And it's a beautiful little. It works. I'm here to tell you that works. And if that's all I did on a day, it isn't. But if that's all I did, then that would be a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful little way to handle things, turning it over to God, turning it over to Jesus, because He's there and cares. He's there and He cares. And when I woke up today, I kind of like, sometimes if I dream a lot, or if I got a lot of stuff going on in my head, I kind of get up, not shaky, but kind of like, what the hell did I just go through? Dreams are interesting, phenomenal. I I never get surprised at how dreams are, but yeah, I woke up, I turned it over to God, and then I go about my day. I come down here at the park to walk and pray. And I gotta tell you, I've been walking with a fellow, a good guy, who asked me to walk with him and sponsor him, and to, and that's like a meeting. We walk down here, we talk about program stuff for an hour, and I call that a meeting. And then I usually go to another meeting here at the park, and then another meeting after that. So meeting makers make it, and I'm a meeting maker. you know so if you want to know how I made it, and you never really, when I say make it, I mean get by, and are successful in our recovery walk. And I feel I am, yeah. And I don't take any of the credit, guys. I don't take any of the credit, because God He has been there every step of the way. He has never let me down, and I know He never will let me down, because that's not the way God works. He says, I'll never leave you nor forsake you. and turning it over is huge, because I'm not like just turning it over to something that doesn't exist. I'm turning it over to the highest power there is, to God, the Almighty of the universe. And he comes and and he helps me. And I would never have it any other way. God has always been good to me. And I'm telling you, if you come to him, he'll be good to you too. I'm not doing this alone. There was a time that I thought I was. When I first came into recovery, I thought, well, look at what I'm doing. Aren't I something? And I'm here to tell you today, no, without God, I'm a shell of a person. I'm nothing without him. Jesus said in I don't know, I think it's John 15, talks about I am the vine, you are the branches. Just as the branch cannot bear fruit except it abide in the vine, no more can you except you abide in me. And I'm here to tell you that, me abiding in Jesus is the remedy for everything. I can really mess things up on my own, and sometimes I do. I'm here to tell you that God is He's going to take care of you. You come to him. He that cometh to me, I will in no wise cast out. Jesus said, without me, you can do nothing. I believe that. I've seen it. That's why I wanna do it with him. I don't ever want to like get to the place where I think I'm doing it on my own or doing it without him. That's not my goal. My goal is to keep walking with the Lord every single day. Every day that I'm here is a gift. Yesterday's history, tomorrow's a mystery, today's a gift. That's why I call it the present. Today's a gift. I've never been in this. I've never been in April 11, 2025 before. And I gotta tell you, it's pretty nice. I like it. The world can be a dark place, but what I focus on grows. What I focus on grows, and I choose to focus on what Jesus, the Lord, his promises, God and the world, how much better it is when I walk with him. And what is it? There's another scripture that says, walk in the Spirit and you shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh. For the flesh and the Spirit war against each other, and you wouldn't do the things that you would. So, walk in the Spirit. You shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh. And you can feel it when you're half in the Spirit and half in the world. It's not good. It's not good at all. I have to walk with him. I have to talk with him. And if I'm not doing that, then I got to stop and say, well, what am I doing wrong? And turn it around and start doing the right thing instead. It's funny. I'm down here at the park, and the company that I worked for 32 years is down here working, and they have there's something called a reclaimer. They're reclaiming it, and then they're going to come and pave it. It's kind of weird. Bumped into some of the guys that I worked with, and I told them, I said, I love you guys, but I don't miss that. And I don't. I feel like that was another lifetime, and I survived it. Without picking up for many years. Let's see, I put the drink down in the year 1992. I put it down and I haven't picked it up since then. Um, I I have no desire to pick it up here many years later. Going on 33 years later, I still don't want to pick it up because I know nothing good's gonna ever come out of it. So I'm good without it. But you know, just going over the past. The past was like, you know, I drank for years with the construction company before I actually quit. I started in 85 and 85, 7 years. Yeah, I drank 7 years when I was with them, and the rest of the years I didn't. Let's see. Um, I don't know. A lot of years that I didn't. A lot of years that I didn't because I was with them for 32. You know, but but here I am, and you know, I, I it's like, you know, they say don't count the years, but make the years count, and I'm all for that. I'm all for that. You know, I don't regret anything I did. I liked working construction because I was outside. It was physical work, so I was in pretty good shape. And I prefer outside to inside any day of the year. You know, I'm just, you know, I tried working inside. It's not the same thing. It doesn't go. It doesn't work with me. But but it was quite an experience. You know, a journey. It's part of the journey. Yeah, yeah. You know, here I am sitting here, 32 plus years sober, and my life is good. I have nothing to complain about. I mean, I could if you guys want to hear me complain, but nothing good's gonna come out of that. You know, nothing good's gonna come out of me griping and complaining about everything. I mean, you could always find stuff that's not right. But here's the thing. Here's the thing. You know, there is a lot that is right, and it's been right for quite a while now. You know, I'm talking to you guys today about turning it over. Um, Step 3 says turning our will and life over to the care of God as we understood Him. And yes, I do that every day. Every day I turn my day over. You know, and wouldn't you know it, that the days add up. Days turn into weeks, turn into months, turn into years, and before you know it, you're an old timer. You're an old timer, and I guess I am. Whether I like it or not, I'm an old timer, and I'm good with that. I'm good with that. I'm very good with that. There's no complaints coming out of me. Um, Doing the things I like to do, loving retirement. You know, because I can hang out down here and watch people, watch them with their pets, and kind of just even the people that walk down here. I have a great network of people that I see every day, and that's worth its weight in gold too. You know, and I don't know. It's just nice, and it's been my way of life now for a long time. Um, it was like I'm not gonna be able to handle retirement. I love it. I wouldn't trade it for anything in the freaking world. I love it. You know, and God hasn't forsaken me. He's with me every minute of every day. You know, every minute of the day. And so what's going on with you guys today? Everything good? I hope so. I hope so. And for sure, you're not gonna pick up a drink today, right? You know, nothing good's gonna come out of picking up a drink today. So I will say, I guess you're not. I'm not. Let's do it together. We'll encourage each other. I like to encourage you guys that look, I'm nothing special. If I could do it, you could do it. I know that for a fact. And I really have faith. What is faith? Faith is risking the situation on God. I had an old guy I used to listen to on the radio, and he had I don't know, it was a 15-minute little thing where he talked about the word and he talked about stuff like that, and I never forgot that. Faith is risking the situation on God. Or, if you will, turning it over. Turning it over. I can't. He can. I think I'll let him. Steps 1, 2, 3. Hey guys, give me a like and subscribe. Love you all. God bless.